Seems like there's a shrine to Talos up here about every 10 feet.
I would agree. They must put them up here because they're difficult to find or access.
That must be true. You a worshipper of Shore, right?
That is right, old gods.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Talos?
Not really. He wasn't around much.
Even in Solvangard, he wasn't around?
Not really.
What do you make of this blade?
It is a wicked piece. Functional.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a backup weapon of some sort. You know, for the offhand or whatnot. Maybe I should note this design.
Or maybe you should just take it.
Take it? Isn't that sacrilege?
Certainly not. It's a gift from Talos.
I ain't no worshiper of Talos.
You are not a worshipper of anything. Take it.
All right. I'm surprised you would endorse that.
Well, I endorse nothing. I'm not giving you permission. I'm just giving you advice.
I see. So these shrines are more like an exchange.
I imagine they are. There are some gods who can't... they can't work directly in the world. So, perhaps they provide you aid through their followers.
That's an interesting way of looking at it, I reckon.
There are many interesting things in the world, Robard.
That's true. You know what I find interesting?
No, what do you find interesting?
The fact that you spent all that time in Solvangard and you're back here. Why is that exactly?
And I told you, I'm here to save someone.
Yeah, and you don't know who it is.
Not yet.
So Shaw told you to come and do this, is that it?
Not in so many words.
I see. You know what? I ain't buying that. I think you come down here for some other reason. I mean, once you're in Solvangard, you're in Solvangard, right?
What does that even mean?
I guess what I'm saying is, why would you come back here? I mean, that's the great beyond. That's supposed to be the unending feast, the party, right?
Yes, that is true.
So it is a party.
It is. You would love it.
I see. Then you just come back here.
Well, to be honest, I was welcomed with open arms, but it felt as though I hadn't earned it.
You hadn't earned it?
Not really.
You gotta explain that. I don't understand.
Well, I fought Alduin. I destroyed Alduin with Nord heroes at my side, and I use the word heroes loosely.
Why is that exactly?
Well, because they are the same people who caused the mess in the first place. And then they stand by my side and they slay Alduin, and then they go back to their parties. It seemed like a lot of hypocrisy.
And you just didn't want to be a part of that hypocrisy? Is that it?
I suppose. Not just that, but it felt as though when the battle was over, I was just tired. Was tired of fighting and tired of feeling used. So I quit.
Oh, shit.
Vacation is where the head is. That is what Dervenin told us about our master. Vacation is where the head is. That is what Dervenin told us about our master. He's cozy in his solitude.
Hey, hold up there. Yeah, she's all kind of crazy. And let's just move on. What do you say?
I agree. She is going to freeze to death out here.
Well, do you have anything to give her?
No, I fear I do not.
Well, she's gonna have to make her own way in the world, just like the rest of us then. There's quite a view from here. Marl would love this view.
Yeah, he certainly would.
So, you had something of an existential crisis. Well, you was in Sovngarde, and you just decided to stay.
Yes, I guess that is correct. What I did was the equivalent of committing spiritual suicide.
Yeah. That's bleak.
No, it is true. I just gave up and decided I would stay dead.
Huh. So it was like one long ending party. Now, to some of us, that doesn't sound bad. There must have been something good about it, yeah?
Oh, there were moments. Meeting Shore was magnificent. Those were the highlights. The time when Shore was away. That's when things were troubling.
I see. So what is Shore like? Tell me more about it.
You are wrong there. I believe that Shore is a woman.
Really? How do you know that?
Well, I didn't see her lady parts, if that's what you're asking.
Well, that ain't what I'm asking. Why does everybody always assume the worst of me? I'm just asking, how do you know? Obviously you saw her face then.
No. Shore is more ethereal than that. Imagine the shape of a person, but all light. So, kind of
Someone do
a
something.
light silhouette, something like that. She is a shadow made of light.
I can see you thinking real hard about that one. Are you sure?
Yes, I saw her.
All right, well, if you can't see any features, then how do you know that Shore is female?
Well, there was the voice. Definitely feminine. But there was her way. I had a sense about her. She felt nurturing in a way that others are not, and by others I mean male gods.
I keep forgetting that I'm talking to a man who's seen gods.
Yes. By way of comparison, Shore was feminine.
Let's see. Hey, let's stop in here and see if we can get some cheap wine.
Very well.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Actually, I'm looking for some cheap wine. You got any?
Ah, hello there, traveler. Come to the Night Gate for food or lodging. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
You don't have the cheap stuff.
What about the Village Red?
I suppose.
Anything you need, just holler.
Well, my friend, I reckon this is as good a place as any for you and I to split up. You must be itching to get back to Whiterun and your Vaska and all that.
Actually, I'm not. They're just going to give me another petty job to do. You know, it's the life of the whelp.
I see. So you want to stall for time? Maybe you want to stall with old Robard for a while.
That would be fine. What did you have in mind?
Well, I'm testing a theory.
Yes, and what is that?
Well, I'm getting the distinct impression, both through conversations with Shadling and my own visions, that somehow it's fallen to me to deal with the Shade cult.
I see, that is a weighty responsibility. How does one take on a cult by yourself?
Well, that's a really good question. I'm still working on an answer to that one. However, I do have a theory, and that theory stems from some experience I had in a little cave near Morthal. There's a coven of vampires in there, and I had occasion to run into them about a month ago. Oh shit, maybe it was longer than that. Dang, time flies. Anyway, I ran into them, and I noticed when entering that cave that there was a large number of Shade Cult members in there, many of whom were full-fledged vampires, which got me to wondering if perhaps the Shade Cult had either subsumed the Volkihar family of vampires altogether, or maybe were an offshoot of them or something like that. It seemed as though wherever I found vampires, I also found the Shade Cult. Looking to test a theory on that.
I see. So, how do you plan to test this theory of yours?
Well, I've been around Skyrim a long time, as you know, and there are certain places here in the province that have often been considered regular haunts for vampires. Thought I might check out a couple of those, and if the Shade Cult is present at one or both of them, we might have a better idea of how fully infiltrated the vampires are.
So, what if your theory proves to be true? Then what?
Well, then that has a profound impact on how I proceed forward.
Ah, Dawnguard. And that is what you have in mind, is it not?
Well, yeah, unfortunately. I mean, it's very clear. There's no one in Skyrim who has more working knowledge of the vampires than the Dawnguard. Maybe the only other organization that could come close would be the Vigilance, but they are a pain in the ass to deal with, even more so than the Dawnguard.
I see. So if this theory proves true, then... well, then you are headed for Riften.
That is true.
All right, I will help you test this. How do we do this?
Well, there are two places I can think of off the top of my head. I wonder if we can get through here. Is this a pass?
I have no idea. You are the ranger.
All right, let's check it out. One of them is called Hamar Shane, up in the mountains not far from Iverstad. And by the way, if we go through that way, I can show you where the abandoned windmill is that we got to meet tomorrow. And the other one is Bloodlet Throne, which is up in the mountains. Not far from there. You're a noisy bastard.
No half measures, Robot.
Yeah. Yeah, I reckon we can get through here. Maybe. Ooh, this could be a nasty drop. Let me see. Let me check it out. Oh, hell. We can climb this. Let's do it.
Ooh, this is steep.
Yeah, I know. Just use your hands and your feet. Look at it this way. If you slip, you'll land in the water.
That is not comforting. That looks like about 2 feet of water.
Yeah, looks can be deceiving.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, shit.
You seeing this? Yes, a dragon.
I know. I thought they were all gone.
Two. Does not seem aggressive.
Well, you're the dragon expert here, so what do you want to do?
Well, it sees us. I suppose we must talk to it.
And I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you do the talking, man.
Very well. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure I've ever had occasion to talk to dragons, really. Didn't spend too much time chatting, but I'm willing to give it a go.
All right, then. Just give it a shot. See what he says.
Well, you do not seem to be biting my head off at the moment. Perhaps we should talk, beast.
He does not seem to be in the talking mood. Mostly staring, I guess.
What is your story? Why are you here?
Well, maybe we should just leave him alone. He seems docile enough.
Yes, that is disturbing. How are you here? Answer my question, beast. Very well, you have nothing to say. We're moving on. Where are we? I must note this place on the map. We may have to come back and deal with him. Or her. Could never really tell.
I don't know. Don't look at me. I ain't no specialist when it comes to dragon gender.
Very few people are, Graves. Let us continue. You said we are going up past Iverstead, is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. You know the way.
I am familiar. So your theory,
Yeah.
if it is correct, you go to the Dawn Guard, you look to them for guidance, what is the plan?
I don't know if guidance is the right word.
Found you!
Holy shit.
What?
You dealt with that bastard in a real hurry.
Well, there is no point in prolonging his suffering.
That ain't exactly what I meant, but... Just saying, I've seen some folks who are relatively accomplished when it comes to the martial ways have a difficult time with those cultists.
Well, you forget. I've spent a long time fighting cultists. Perhaps you and I should switch jobs.
You don't even know what your job is.
Well, I know what my job is, well, as it's been described to me.
Described to you by Shaw.
That is right. I am to save a soul, but I haven't figured out whose soul it is yet. Wait a minute. Ah, perhaps it is yours.
Unlikely. I ain't got a soul.
Ah. Yes. The old robot grave sardonic humor. You have more soul than I think you give yourself credit for, Graves.
Now, how would you know that? You know nothing of my history.
I do not need to.
So you're just that good a judge of character, is that it?
Well, I have seen who you were in the previous life, and I see who you are now. You have made changes.
Well, that's true. I'm trying to live a better life. Believe me, it ain't easy.
Well, that is commendable. Look at this guy.
I'm warning you. Back off.
We do not need to fight about this. This
Now
is
ain't
everyone's.
this
You can't win this!
This what you want, huh?
Is that one of your ancestors or something?
I do not know. It is a recent phenomenon. Oh, spiders. Excellent shockwaves.
Well, that is generally what people bring me along for.
That in your sparkling humor.
That is true.
All right, so you said the windmill is up here somewhere. Do not let me pass it. I need to know where it is.
I'll let you know. We're getting close, I think. If I remember correctly, this windmill overlooks this valley right here. So I'm assuming it's up the trail a bit.
Are you coming?
I'll be along.
Very well. There is something commendable about a self-deprecating sense of humor, but to tear oneself down completely is not good. I feel he has made a habit of this, whereas perhaps Idasdog has gone the opposite direction. All arrogance. Yes, perhaps we all have things to work on. Where is this windmill? How will I make sure I find it? I very much hope he is not salvaging meat from those spiders. That makes even me cringe. Oh, there. This must be it. This is out of the way. Very well. So what is the story with this place?
I don't know that much about it. There was an older couple that lived here for a while. My understanding is she died quite suddenly. I don't know if it was a mauling or something like that. And then the old man lived here for a couple of years. And then just kind of vanished. Nobody knows what happened. I had no idea Morrow was using this place. I wonder how long that's been going on.
Who knows with Morrow?
Ain't that the truth?
So, what do you know of Morrow? What is his history with Shadling?
Well, that's a little difficult to piece together. Well, we've been trying to do that, those of us who are part of this covenant for quite some time, just putting together little pieces here and there, comparing notes, all that. Obviously, those two have been around a long time.
Well, that is obvious. I knew that.
Well, did you know that Shadling wasn't always, well, Shadling?
I suspected. I have heard Morrow call him Nestrin from time to time.
Yeah, that was his identity previously. My understanding is they were partners at one time, and actually beyond that.
Beyond that.
Well, they was lovers.
Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, not too many people do. Theirs is a complicated relationship. It's very different now, of course. I mean, Shadling ain't exactly the snuggly type no more. At least I don't think so.
Interesting.
Yeah, you could say that. I would say theirs is a history, I don't know, fraught with sentimentality and brokenheartedness. It's complicated.
Obviously. So what happened to them?
Well, my understanding is that at some point, Nestrin, I guess that's what his name was, suffered some kind of injury at the hands of a vampire, apparently quite severe. Marl tried to save him and couldn't do it in the conventional way, so he packed him in a crate full of ash from Red Mountain, hoping that maybe the magic leeching off that ash might do something to heal his injured partner. You know?
And what you're saying is it transformed him into what he is now. Is that correct?
Yeah, interesting fact about that too is it seems to be some kind of, I don't know, derivation of vampirism. I mean, obviously we all know, you get bit by a vampire and that crap goes unchecked, well, you're gonna turn into a vampire or you're gonna die. Those are the only two options. Sounds to me like maybe those particles of Marl's did something to the man. Transformed him into something beyond just a vampire.
If he is a vampire, will you go after him?
Oh no, I ain't gonna do that.
You said he was a vampire.
Well, he ain't your conventional vampire, and he sure ain't threatened any of us. He doesn't seem to feed on blood. He feeds on something else. He feeds on magical power or something. I can't really figure it out. But so far, he ain't never been a threat to me. In fact, now that I think about it, he ain't done nothing but try to help me in most recent days.
He's helping you. How?
I don't know, it's real strange. He gave me some kind of riddle. I think he's trying to steer me down a path without telling me exactly what to do. That seems to be his way.
Yes, I noticed this.
Oh, watch out for the bells. What is this?
that a book? Robot, look at this. What is this? Robot? Strange.
I don't know. Can you pick it up?
What, pick up the book?
Yeah, pick up the book. What else?
No, I cannot seem to pick it up.
Well, that seems like probably something that CouchWarrior is going to have to deal with then.
Him. Always about him.
Well, that's the way of it.
Which way are we going?
We're going to go back this way, south.
All right. Oh, are we going up through the pass?
Yeah, toward Helgen.
Yes, I've gone that way before. Ah. The vampires are up in the pass?
Yeah, there's a cave up there. You're going to want to keep your eyes open for it. We're looking for the cave.
Very well. So what is it that Shading said to you?
I don't know. He gave me some riddle about going back to the well.
So what have you done so far?
Well, I search every damn well I come across.
Has it ever occurred to you that perhaps he isn't being literal?
No, actually, that never occurred to me. What do you mean?
Well, maybe the well is symbolic for something else.
Symbolism.
Well, answer me this. You seem convinced that Shadling has given you this task to pursue the Shade cult, yes?
I don't know. It seems that way. I ain't got no proof of that. It's just a hunch, a feeling.
Well, we have all known to trust your hunches. I would follow that. But I would not think of the well as something literal. It could be anything.
All right. Color me intrigued. Like what?
Well, what is something you go back to? For sustenance, time and again.
I think, yeah. Well, that's changed considerably in the last few years. I mean, it used to be things like skooma or mead.
So getting drunk.
Well, yeah. It's one way of forgetting about your problems.
All right, so now that you are not drinking, now that you are not using skooma, when you have a dark time, what do?
I go to friends.
There you go. Maybe your friends are the well. Return to the well.
My friends? I ain't really got too many of those.
Well, you have one in me. You have Vander.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on that.
Yes, you and Vander are having some friction, yes?
Well, yeah. Some stuff that happened while you was gone.
Right.
I never really thought of it like that. Well, maybe you onto something there. But what does that mean? What am I supposed to do?
Maybe it simply means you consult your friends for advice, and they lead you down the path. Or you choose your own path based on that advice, but who better to get advice from than your friends? If you count me among them, if you count Maro among them, and occasionally Vander.
You got a point there. I would definitely say at this time, yourself and Maro are my true friends.
Well, there you have it.
All right, so what advice do you got for me?
Follow your hunch.
Is that it? Follow my hunch.
Well, you talk about having the sight. It could be that your sight is the one. Go back to your sight. Trust it. Maybe that's what it's telling you.
Oh, that could be too. Well, on any account, I think both of them is good pieces of advice. Trust your friends and trust the sight. You know, it's ironic. I spent my entire life running away from the sight, not trusting it. Now I've come to rely on it in ways I never expected.
True Nords never back down.
True Nords. You heard that right?
Yeah, I heard. Could have been a hunter.
Is this your cave?
Certainly is. Well, let's get on in now.
Well, I did the dragon thing. This is your thing, so you should lead.
Very well. I can do that.
All right, let's go.
But I appreciate very much you backing me up on this. I appreciate that. Thank you.
It is no problem. It is better than delivering shields.
Is
for
someone
the
there?
or something like that. These are probably thralls, yes?
I reckon they are.
Must be my imagination.
Are you certain you even need my help?
Oh, I'm certain, friend. Don't you worry about that. There's going to be plenty of killing to go around. If that's what you're worried about.
No worries, really.
And usually I do, but sometimes still remember their faces. They're pleading.
All right. There's a few around the corner here.
How do you even know that? I didn't hear anything.
I can see them.
You can see them through the walls.
Yeah. I can see the ones that got big stores of magic, I'll tell you that.
There's something out there.
I see your point.
Watch out for that now.
I believe your theory may hold true.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. You don't happen to have any cure disease potions on you, do you?
No, that is not something I typically carry.
Well, you may want to start.
So, how is it that you can see their stores of magicka that is similar to what this Castian does? Yes, you described it.
Yeah, that's true.
Did you hear something?
All right, this one's yours. You do got your own style, don't you?
I am just a bit more forward than you.
Oh, I doubt that. I've been described as forward by many fair maidens.
That wasn't what I was talking about, but I get your point. Are you looking at books?
Just having a peek. You gotta know your enemy.
And you divine your enemy by looking at their reading list. Is that it?
Well, it's one way of getting in their head.
In the head of a vampire or a shade cult member is not exactly the place I'd like to be.
Well, I wouldn't neither, but things such as they are, we gotta do what we gotta do, as unsavory as that might be.
Do you want me to go down there and take care of that for you?
Yeah, I reckon you could do that. There's a cave entrance over there, too. Oh, look at that, someone coming.
Did you hear something?
There you go, friend.
Anybody there? Just getting jumpy, I guess.
Come on down here. There's two of them. I don't want to take them by myself. Well, that is a handed tool. You must miss having dragons to fight, huh?
The world is decidedly more boring without them, I will tell you that.
Boring. That's a good enough potion. Come on, let's check out that other cave.
Well-equipped thrall.
Yeah, that's what concerns me. Not exactly sure where these cultists get their money from.
You want me to bash it open?
No, I got this.
Are you sure? It doesn't seem like you have it.
I'm getting it.
That's 2 lockpicks.
Will you shut up? Try to concentrate. It's right in here. I got the sweet spot. Damn.
That's 3 lockpicks. 40 septums. That should pay for about, what, 3 lockpicks?
Yeah, smart ass. Come on. All right. Now, there's got to be more of them in here, so stay on your toes.
All right, I'm caught up. Let's go.
You know, I've noticed that you are far less arrogant than you used to be.
Really? And you aren't half the asshole you used to be.
All right. Reckon I deserve that.
People change, Robot. I've changed, you've changed. Hell, even Marl has changed.
How are you so certain of that?
Well, I suspect he's going to ask for our help. I don't recall the Marl of old doing a whole lot of asking.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, let me take care of this quick. Try to offload some weight. I got a feeling we got something nasty coming up here. Just want to be ready for it, you know? Let's see, what can we do? Call in some reinforcements or something.
Reinforcements? Who would that be?
It may just be more robots.
More robots. I don't know what you're talking about, but the world doesn't need more robots.
I'll get the differ. Oh yeah. There's a cabin coming up that's going to be plumb full of vampires. So you gotta be on your toes. Bring your best game.
All right, you clear a path. I will run down the middle.
Just that.
Someone there?
What was that?
Now, ain't this a surprise?
Your blood calls me.
Well, you weren't kidding about an army of robots. That was frightening, but useful. Your theory is correct, my friend. I think you're in the shit now.
I believe you're correct. I am indeed in the shit. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to manage this mess.
Well, do you still want to check Bloodlet Throne?
Probably would be useful. But I mean, here, we're talking about at least 3 locations I've found that were typically haunted by vampires, now consumed by the Shade Cult. It seems like we've had, maybe a shift in control at Volkihar. Or philosophy.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is. If you're going to fight them, I think you need to conceal your identity.
Yeah? Why do you say that?
These vampires could be anywhere, anyone. They have thralls. It's possible you could be attacked, waylaid on the road, or eliminated before you even have a chance to fight the battle.
That's true.
Not to mention that your association with this battle could put your friends at risk.
Well, now you're just trying to save your own skin.
That is not true. My skin does not matter. But there are others who we must think about.
Yeah, you got a point, yeah.
I think we should continue to blood that throne. We should test your theory one more time.
You saying that because you believe in my theory? Or just because you don't feel like going home to do welt duties?
Probably both.
All right. Well, blood that throne it is. Nothing wrong with another fight.
Yes, that's what my grandfather always said.